Terrible Halloween music. Let's try another one. Happy Halloween, everybody. We're going to wait for a little bit for our guest. And if our guest comes in, then we start. If not, I'm just going to hang out with you guys. I'm going to give you some updates, talk to you a little bit about what's going on. It's terrible Halloween music. Let's try another one. It's all AI generated, so this is the platform that we use. I don't know. All right, it's not bad. All right, so what's up, everybody? James Corbett here, Project Refit. We've had a long couple weeks, man. We've been doing a lot of work. We have a lot of stuff going on, a lot of moving parts happening. People stepping up. Huge shout out to Wade Tanner, taking on a lot of responsibility. Speaking of which, Tanner is heading down to North Carolina to support the victims of Hurricane Helene. It's pretty bad. We actually received photos from some of the people inside of our organization, and they're like, dude, like, this is what's happening. It's still real bad. So we got to help those families get prepared for winter. And, that means heating supplies, like heaters, wood. Believe it or not, we're going back to wood down there for them to make sure that they're good through the winter. So teach them how to make fires, teach them how to store wood appropriately and properly so it stays dry. Teach them a lot of things. I mean, and also just get down there and cut wood for them and literally just chopping trees down right now to keep families alive in North Carolina. So we're really proud of Tanner and Rocco and Delgado for heading out and going to North Carolina to do that. I really wish I could go personally. But there's too many things here at Refit that need to get done on the back office end. So I have to support them. And we're actually looking for people to help us push the news out to media so that we can actually tell the world and tell America about Project Refit and the great work that a lot of veterans are doing. And what's really cool is Tanner is and he's okay with me saying this, but he's a success story in Refit. Completely turned himself around, his whole attitude, his whole life. I mean, the guy is he's a stud. He's a really good dude. He has mission and purpose back. He recognizes he can still serve his community. He can still be a part of important things, even though he's not, in the military anymore. And we showed him that way and showed him that path. And it's a really cool thing that he was able to recognize that, and his wife says, like, Tanner, like, he's different. Like, it's great, in a good way, for his kids. He's more present and he's more patient. And, he's really the guy that he always was, to be honest with you, I think personally. It was just kind of like a reminder. And, that's kind of like the beauty of what we're doing here. So we need more monthly donors too. I know we're probably going to start mentioning that a lot more now because it's serious, man. We have a waiting list of people that want to go on retreats with us and want to do things with us. We're going to be very, we're going to be much more animated about the funding. So we're going to have a thing called Join the Fight. Joining the fight means you're going to volunteer for us. And we have another side called Fund the Fight, which means you're going to become a donor in some way. Funding the fight in many respects is just as, if not more important than even the joining the fight. but all of it matters. All of it helps to. It's kind of hard to say what's more important or not, because having people in to do things is important. Having bodies, people who are pushing forward to make the thing happen. But then, how do you get them, to do the thing? You got to get the money. So you got to get the money for them to do the thing that you need done. So I mean, in some respects, I think thinking about it, probably joining the fight is just as important as funding the fight. To be honest with you, because if you're joining the fight voluntarily and you're really volunteering yourself, that means you're really about it and you're really about helping out people. So that's something special in and of itself. And it's value. Time, money is a measurement of time, really, in a way. Like, hey, like, how much you dedicating to this. So you're just giving up your time is just as important. Um, I don't know why I'm going down an argument in my mind of like what's more important or not, because they're both just as important or equally important. But anyway, so I really, I'm really excited for where we're going in the future. We have a lot of updates coming in the next, I would say, a couple of months, but also in the next year or two. Where a lot of things are being planned out and talked about. But we need the funding inside the door. I'm going to try to do my best to raise that money to continue this organization forward in a really healthy way. I would really like to take some money and put it into a foundation for Project Refit so that we can have money building up for us well into the future. So eventually we can just operate off of the money that we have inside of the fund. Um, and that's a dream. That's a big dream of mine, big goal of mine, and that's going to be one of my personal motivations in my life is to make sure that Project Refit can thrive and survive, because I really believe this organization is doing incredible work, and we are helping out thousands of people. We just got done a really cool retreat, the room with the roaming vet with Brianna over there. We can't thank Brianna enough for partnering up with us. It was fantastic. The retreat was great. It was a new experience for us. It was different from what we usually do. We're usually all about, on our retreats, kind of making the dudes work, making people work. When I say dudes, I mean asexually, making the people work. They're on a retreat and beating you up a little bit, having you suffer a little bit, in terms of just like working, not like actually beating you up. You know, it's not boot camp or something. No. Anyway, so like we do work together and we do team building activities a lot normally on our retreats, and there's like a nonstop kind of like feel to it. You get really tired and you got to kind of suffer through it. And then you go to the fire afterwards and you talk to each other and you get to know each other and you're tired. Like almost the entire time you're tired on our retreats, but um, it's okay. I mean, like it is, that is actually what makes it special, to be honest with you, how much it sucks and how you have to make of it what you will. And that means the leaders of those retreats have to be like what I was doing for a while, I was leading them and have a positive attitude the whole time and be like, yo, look, it's all right. Like, let's keep going. Like, let's figure it out. What's the answer? So it's cool to be able to have decision making powers, and it's great to have responsibility and just do shit and figure things out. And it's awesome. And another huge shout out to Tanner. He really took control of this North Carolina mission. I told him flat out, I was like, look, man, the thing you got to do is you got to get down there and get those people the help that they need. And that's what matters. That's your mission. That's your goal, whatever it takes to get down there, fucking do it. Right. Like get it done. And, and he did, man. He even all the way up until yesterday, they got more donations than what they expected. I mean, we loaded. Let me see if I can actually they loaded a trailer out. There will be a video incoming of the pre-retreat, or I'm sorry, the pre-mission photos and things like that. I mean, they got a trailer donated to them because the one that we have, so the refit trailer is right now damaged to the point where it is not safe to operate. We have somebody who is going to be actually rebuilding it for us. It's the RV shop down in Delaware. And then we're gonna be working with the RV shop to build out our second mobile base, which is coming up in a couple, hopefully a couple weeks or months. That we're going to get moving on that and have those conversations, and it's really exciting. So, those are kind of some of the things that we have going on there. A little hint, um, and I'm trying to right now get a picture of this trailer uh, shared to my computer here, so I can share it with you guys, um, because it's so cool. Ba, 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 ba. Let me see if I can do it this way. So yeah, Tanner had to figure out some issues and some problems, and he did, man. Like he had more supplies than what his little trailer could handle. And then he was sitting there with Dan and with Dan's girlfriend Elise, and and Elise was like, "Hey, my dad's like best friend, who's like my uncle. Um, he's a Marine and he has a trailer. I'm gonna hit him up." I was like, "Absolutely, dude. Like for sure, do that." Um, and uh, and Tanner got it done, and she contacted him. And I think I said because I was looking at something I was doing. My bad. I'm talking and downloading this photo to brag about Tanner and how badass he is and how great he's doing. Um, but anyway, so Tanner was like, "Yeah, please contact him, get it done. Here it is. Here it is. Here's the end result. Let me share this with you guys. Boom. That's the boy." So Tanner got this whole thing filled up to the top. This is a pretty big trailer. That we had all filled in. He's actually taking the refit truck down to North Carolina to go support the victims down there. And Tanner's on fire, man. Look, he even has a tattoo that tells him how he's on fire. See that? See that tattoo right there? That means Tanner's cooler than all of us. Hang on, let me scroll up to it now. Yeah, look at that tattoo, man. He's flaming, baby. Yeah. You're killing it. Anyway, so sorry. So yeah, so Tanner got that done. He got the crew together, and he and Anthony Delgado and Rocco. A lot of you guys know Rocco because Rocco is also a co-host on here. Um, so Rocco's not going to be a part of today or next week's show or FML because of the trip and the mission that he's going to be on. So, we hope that they are traveling safe and they're going to be, of course, responsible and everything. And we actually have to give a shout out to Lisa Carney. She's our insurance agent for our vehicle. So she hooked it up, man. She's taking care of us. She immediately got Tanner added as a driver and everything to the policy because he has a good driving record anyway. But so everything's good to go, man. We're really taking care of our guys, and we're going to take care of the victims down there of Hurricane Helene. We're super excited about that. It's going to be a great mission. Um, and again, if you can donate, guys, please donate monthly. Scan that QR code right above my face. Please do that. That would be really, really helpful. If you guys could please donate monthly, that helps us to continue moving things forward. Here's a photo actually of Anthony Delgado. He was with me yesterday. We picked him up, or I picked him up at the airport, and then we went out to get some food, and then brought him back to his hotel. He's there. He's at the hotel right now, right near Rocco, and he is going to be rocking out with those guys tomorrow. They leave, so he's going to be with Rocco and them tomorrow, which is really cool. And they're heading down there. So Delgado, if you guys didn't see it, we had 2 episodes of Delgado because it was such an interesting story. He was a mercenary. He's a U.S. Air Force veteran turned mercenary. Just got back from, actually, he was in Iraq, Syria, and then he went to Ukraine and he fought in Ukraine. And then he came home, and now he's talking about what he's going through as he's coming home. He's he's literally in the middle of his transition home. He's only 10 weeks home. It's been 10 weeks now. So it's kind of crazy. He's so brand new, and you can tell there's like, he's open about it too. So like, you can tell there's stuff that he's thinking about trying to change and trying to be better and trying to like get on top of things and find a new career and get paid and get money. And take care of himself. So it's a pretty interesting thing to be a part of, and I hope that we can help him and guide him. And you can only hope that, Delgado, if you're watching, baby, you can only hope that you listen to some of the advice you get from some of the guys that have either heard 100,000 stories and seen what has worked and what has not, um, like me. Number two is that you listen to the guys that are around you that have been there, done that, right? They've been there and they've already transitioned home. And I hope you heed the advice of many of those guys, some of which who are hardened warriors and soldiers like yourself. So, I hope and I pray for you for that. But um, so we are now moving into a new era with Refit in terms of, again, the amount of people that are reaching out to us, looking for support, looking for help. I mean, it's pretty incredible. It's overwhelming. We're at the point now where it's like, yeah, we need a staff. We need to have some like serious growth. We need to reach some new goals in our growth journey. And so like I said, you're going to be hearing from me a lot. I'm going to probably put out ads and stuff like that, to requesting donations and stuff. You're going to see all over, Facebook, Instagram, just being like, hey, listen, this is who we are. So if you see that and you've benefited from us, give us a good comment. Of course, there's going to be dudes out there who say stupid shit too. Uh, you know, Whatever. I mean, that happens everywhere. Um, that's something that every single growing organization has to go through, is just people who like to say stuff, which is whatever. But as Wade says, he's like, lions don't worry about the opinions of sheep. And we're just going to keep on supporting lions, and keep on supporting, guys who really want to get home and they want to be better husbands and better wives and, better sons and daughters and, everything in between, man. So that's all we're here for. We're just here to help you get to that next level, just like we're trying to get to that next level to support you continuously. Um, Also, it's not big news anymore, really, because I did immediately put out a post about it. But we lost a guy. I lost a friend. He was actually a good friend of mine. Lost his battle. So please talk to your people. Um, Guys, I'd love for us to start traditions again, in this country and locally and stuff, and like traditions that involve getting together outside of just video games and being behind screens and stuff. Go camping together. Um, I mean, that would be just the coolest. Just getting out there camping, bringing your families out. Go travel to a local state. Drive 5 hours. Gives a shit. Drive 10 hours, dude. It's not even that big of a deal. Go see something else. Go park somewhere. Like just go hang out, man. Go adventure. Go live your life. This is a beautiful country that we live in. People talk about like Europe and other places because it's across the sea and everything, but man, don't worry about that. We have a whole nation here that some of our states are the size of the entirety of Europe. So not saying that Europe isn't beautiful or whatever, but like guys, it's literally right here in the palm of our hands. One of the most beautiful countries on earth is right here. And man, there's so many beautiful places and things to see, national parks to go to, little local state parks that are so beautiful. It's just get out there, man. Go touch grass. Take your shoes off, your socks off, walk in the grass. Feel it. Ground yourself. That works. That shit works. Try to get calm and present. Stop and listen. So actually, what's a really cool thing during the retreat that we just had, I was really grateful that I had, at least a small group with me when we're doing the hike, and I actually had everybody stop. I was like, "Yo, everyone, stop and listen." And what we heard was wind, running water, birds chirping. It's almost like you can hear the snow. I mean, it was so peaceful. It was unbelievable. And it was really cool to be able to have that peace and that solace in that moment. There's a couple times in my life that I will never forget that I've done that stuff. Actually, when I was a kid, I don't know why I said to myself, I'm going to remember this for the rest of my life, this moment. And I have remembered it for the rest of for my life. I think it was like 12, 13, maybe 14. And I was out front of my parents' house, and I remember looking up at how beautiful the blue was, and the beautiful clouds. And I was like, man, this is really nice. Like, I want to remember this for the rest of my life. And I just took it all in, and I laid down in the grass, and I just looked up, and I didn't know it at the time. I didn't know that what I was doing, like, innately inside of my mind, was like, dude, you're grounding. Like, you're just relaxing, you're meditating. You're taking in the surrounding nature that's all around you, and like how beautiful it all is, how grateful I was practicing gratefulness, and little things like that have probably helped me out throughout my whole life of like just taking care of my mind. Um, and it's so important to do that. And we have to do that for ourselves. And um, man, it's just so important. It's so important to do that. And I can't express it enough to sometimes just stop, man, and just like breathe and just take it in. It's hard to do that when you're angry, and that's like really hard when you're like really upset or really angry. It's good to have friends that you can call up, and your friends can go like, "Yo, man, like, listen, like, breathe, dude. Like, it's all right. Like, everything's gonna be cool. Like, just breathe it out, man. Like, just come back to reality real quick. Come back. Like, it's okay." Like, it's good to have people like that in your life. I like to be that for other people. I've had a couple of people who had to do that for me, actually, when my buddy passed away. Man, I was so upset, dude. I was so upset. I was bawling my eyes out, like like snot coming out of my fucking nose type cry. I'm insanely stressed out right now too. So, um, all that shit is happening all at once, and just like I'm bawling my eyes out. It was actually Wade. I was talking to Wade, and Wade was like, bro. I get it. I've been there. He's like, dude, you gotta bring it in, bro. You gotta bring it in. And he was right. Like, I gotta bring it in. This isn't James. Like, let's go, dude. Like, there's other shit happening. Like, relax here. Like, like, this is out of your control. And I was like, I know, and all that kind of stuff. So, um, yeah, growth hurts, dude. But it's all right. You know what I mean? Like, it's supposed to be that way. Um, and I'm good. Like, I did my crying for my boy. He passed away. Um, I'm a guy that likes to cry for people that I love. So, um, when they pass away, so boy, did I do that. And then I talked to his mom the other day too. That was tough. His stepmom. And, that was tough. Told her some honest truths, and, you know, about him, and, but also even like a part of those honest truths were like really good memories, and, um, and the conversations he and I have had, and the things he did for Refit in Refit. He was a huge fan of Refit, man, but he was always looking out for other people. And anytime we tried to get him to come in to take care of himself and like to help him out, to help other people, he never bit, man. So he just never took that extra step. And it's really upsetting, man. It's really upsetting. And I just urge all of you listening, uh, please reach out for help if you need it. If you're drinking too much alcohol, you're drunk every day, you're drinking almost every day, you're binge drinking on weekends, you're getting fucking hammered and obliterated. If you're taking drugs, if you're, you know, snorting cocaine too often, you're, shooting up heroin, meth, whatever the hell it is, man. It doesn't mean you're evil. It doesn't mean you're a bad person. None of that stuff. That's something as I get older, I recognize, like, when I was younger, when I was like in my 20s and shit, like my younger 20s, like, oh, the fucking losers. But like, dude, shit happens in our lives, man. Like, doesn't mean they're bad people, dude. Like, some of the best people I know actually are former addicts, in some way, former alcoholics in some way, and are great people. They just went down the wrong path and they got addicted. And, thankfully they're still alive today, and they're able to be a part of our lives. And, you know, we can talk about other stuff along the sides of, addiction, whether it's a certain thing or not, but, there is a decision that comes in with it. And it doesn't mean that their decision means that they're a bad person kind of thing. But, um, if you're struggling, man, like with alcohol or whatever, please reach out for help. I see people dropping in and out of this thing right now as I'm saying that. And like, reach out, please. Please, man, get help. Like, alcohol kills a lot of people, dude. I mean, it takes a lot of people away from us. Um, if you're drinking, responsibly, and you're having like a drink every once in a while, that's not a big deal, dude. But if you're getting drunk and you're drinking all the time and like you create holidays and events to drink, like there might be something going on, dude. There might be something wrong. And think about that. These are some of the things that Josh, actually, my boy Josh, the one that passed away, who lost his fight. He committed suicide. I'm not going to say dead by suicide stuff. I'm not making it soft. He committed suicide. I don't believe in making things soft, making the truth softer so it's easier to palate. I don't do that. There's no point to that. I think it's a lie. I think that's like teetering on a lie. Truth is, he committed suicide, and he's a great guy. That's the other truth too. He was a great dude, and he wanted me to say stuff like this, man. And I wish I said it earlier and sooner. He told me flat out. He was like, "Bro, like, talk about it. Like, do it. Like, you have to. If there's anybody that's going to do it, it has to be you." He fucking said that to me, dude. And so when I say like he committed suicide, like I'm not being a dick about it either. I'm not. It's just the truth. It's no secret. He's a great man. He was a great guy, dude. He's a great friend. He cared about so many people. He loved everyone that he possibly could. He's such a huge heart. Such a good guy. The things he saw when he was in the Coast Guard, man. So Coasties, dude, I learned so much about you guys and like what you go through, especially like I know about like the job over here in Pennsylvania, New Jersey area. When you have to deal with the suicides that happen on the bridges and stuff. You guys are the ones that come out and clean it up and like get the bodies and stuff, man, and the parts and like God, man, that's hard. So please, if you're one of those guys, reach out, like come on a retreat, talk about it, figure out what's happening in your lives, what's happening in your head. Let's get you refit and get you reset so you can move forward. Um, please, like let's do this thing together as a community. You have so much to live for. I know that you're surrounded by death all the time. And like, that's a hard thing. That's a hard thing to be surrounded by death all the time. Kind of makes you callous to life, gives you also this realization that like life is genuinely finite. Um, we only have so much time, you know, and it's just what we do with it in that time, which is why taking moments to be silent and be still is so important to take in what's around you. See the world, see how beautiful things are, build shit. Like I like building. I loved this process of building this company up, this nonprofit. Has it been fucking hard recently? Oh my God, dude. It's been so hard. Um, there's so many moving parts, so many things piling on. And, thankfully we have more people stepping in and helping out. But the big thing is the operations of everything. Like we need people who are willing to do the boring shit. Like the people who are willing to reach out to the PR agencies, the people, which we have a guy actually just from our retreat last week. His name is Tucker. We're going to be doing an episode with him here so that you guys can meet Tucker and you get to know Tucker. But Tucker's going to be doing that shit for us. And it's really huge. We need people who are willing to be volunteer coordinators. We need people who are willing to find the events that a volunteer would go to go do the fun shit. Like I apologize. I didn't mean to yawn. But like we need to get people who are willing to do those kind of things, um, to coordinate those people and like get them into the same chat area and like, hey, there's a couple events happening this weekend. Who can go? There's a couple events happening in a month. Who can go to this one, that one, or this one? have people schedule it and like get out there and dedicate some time to finding vets and to finding first responders that are willing to talk to us and willing to get help and willing to get support and all those things. So all of those moving parts matter so much, man. And yeah, I mean it's just so important, dude. Um, oh, look at this. I have people on Instagram. I'm sorry, guys. I didn't see the Instagram side. Um, yeah, Chris is killing it with 1,400 days sober. It's amazing. Ray said took years from my life. Hell yeah, man. Alcohol does that, bro. I'm happy. Thank you for sharing that. It's true. Alcohol takes, man. It just takes from you. I was actually talking to this guy. He's actually the one that's repairing our trailer. He's not asking for this plug at all, but I'm going to give it to him anyway. So he's with what's called the RV shop, and it's out of Delaware. His name is Patrick Connell. He's not a veteran, but he supports veteran causes. He loves supporting America. He's a real patriot. He's like me. I resonate with him a lot. He and I are very similar in many ways, and it's really cool that I'm able to talk to somebody like him. And he doesn't drink at all, no alcohol. He's like, dude, I don't drink. I was like, you don't drink at all? He was like, nope, I don't drink at all. He just said this to me 2 weeks ago. And I was like, damn, that's great. That's cool. That's great. Why? Like, just wondering, like, not like a negative why, but like, what's your thinking behind why you don't drink? He's like, dude, I don't want to chase nights. I want to chase my days. I want to keep building shit and I want to keep growing companies because that's what I love. And I need my days for that. I can't chase nights. He's like, when I chase nights, I lose my days. And then like, I can't go hiking. I can't go, you can't go camping with people I love and care about. I miss out on the barbecues. I'm miserable during the sun. Oh, I keep yawning. I'm so tired. I haven't gotten a lot of sleep recently. But anyway, he's like, I can't see those things. And like, that makes so much sense. Makes so much sense, man. Like when you chase your nights, you lose your days. You begin to hate the light, like you continue down in the dark. That's the way I put it. It's the way he didn't say that's why I'm putting it. Like, it just seems like if you chase after darkness all the time, it's just going to catch up with you eventually, and you're going to stay in the dark. But if you avoid the light, you're going to avoid the sun. You're going to avoid the good sides of life. You're going to avoid things that care about you and love you and want to see you succeed. You're going to succumb to the anxieties and you're going to succumb to all the lies that, your mind tells you. So, drinking kills, man. It fucking kills. And there's no other way around it. So, if you need any help with that stuff, man, we have a lot of really good dudes in our organization. I mean, women too. When I say dudes, I mean that asexually. I know that I don't want to like discriminate towards people at all. I really don't. That's not a joke. I really just, I don't know. I'm going to keep on talking about this shit. And also another thing, dude, like when it comes to, so I have so many diagnoses of like who I am as a person with my mind and my brain and shit. I don't let any of that stuff stop me or give me an excuse for not doing certain things. I think we do that too often where it's like once a doctor gives me a diagnosis, I'm that fucking thing. Come on, man. Stop, dude. Like, live your life. Like, try to get better. Try to be better. Are you going to struggle with certain things because you have certain issues or problems? Sure. Why not? Fucking fine. Right? Like, I'll struggle. But like, I can hardly sometimes. Here's a really hard truth for me that I'm going to put out there it's like embarrassing, but like it's just my life, dude. Like I struggle so bad. So I can't sleep a lot. I wake up in the morning and I sometimes, dude, because I have ADHD and all that shit, like real bad, actually, and just like so many other people, so many other fucking people. So like I'll wake up and I'll immediately be like, oh, I got to do like, and I start going like that, and I'm like, oh wait. Go brush your teeth. Okay, brush my teeth. Okay, go shower. Okay, I'll take a quick shower. All right, I'm out. And then what else I gotta do? What else I gotta do? Oh, I gotta put on my beard stuff. I gotta put, and it took me 5 minutes to figure out of walking back and forth and pacing to get to the point where I'm like, oh, I have to put on beard oil. And then sometimes I'll fucking forget that I have to put on deodorant. And then I'll be in a truck and I'll be like, oh my God, I forgot to put on deodorant today. What the fuck? And I put on deodorant. So I have to have deodorant in like the way I combat my ADHD is I'll have those things that I forget to do throughout my life. Like I carry certain things on me. I have certain things near my truck or in my truck or my bags and stuff that I need that I forget to do at home. That normal people are like, ew, I don't like to be dirty. And like, I just have everything. I'm like, dude, I fucking struggle with that shit all the time. I struggle with it. It's so hard for me. Like if you want me to execute on something, I'm the fucking guy. You want me to think about a brand new idea? My brain's already thought of 15 million. So like, I'm already there. I'm with you. I have my talents and my strengths because of that shit, but I also have my weaknesses, dude. That one's fucking annoying. Like that one sucks. Like it's hard. So, like, and that's just being honest, you know what I mean? But I'm not letting it be an excuse for me to like stop doing cool shit. You know, I'm not stopping that shit from letting me live my life. It's just a challenge. So what? Good. Let's have a fucking another challenge. Let's keep on going. It means I'm alive. You know, it means I have another thing to come over and get over, you know, another thing to overcome, you know? So I don't know. I just have a different outlook, I guess, on that kind of shit. And I'm really happy I have that outlook because if I didn't, I don't know where I'd be, dude. Like I'm probably homeless or something. I have no idea, but I just, I don't know. I just hope most people can get to the point where they recognize the struggles and the pains and all that stuff, dude. That's where the best stories come from. That's where the best shit comes from. The best, 100% of the time, every time. Um, I don't know. I'm kind of going on a ramble and a tangent today because we're supposed to have a guest and the guest didn't show up, but that's all right. And I don't mean that in a bad way. Shit happens, you know. So if the guest comes back, we'd love to have them back. You know, we'd love to have them on. Uh, you know, that's it. But yeah, man, I don't know. Just crazy. Check for my book sales for you, Jen. Okay, sounds good, brother. Hit us up. Hit us up on Facebook. Email me, text me, mail it to me. I can text me and I'll send you my address, brother. But yeah, that's what we got for today. I think just if you need help, you want to stop drinking so much, you want to stop taking drugs and shit, you want to stop being angry, you want to get home, you feel like you're not even home yet from deployment or being in the military or from being a police officer or something like that, hit us up, dude. Hit us up, man. Um let's talk. Let's get through this thing together. And also, I have a huge announcement for the motorcycle coming up soon too. Uh, it has to be done on its own video, to be honest with you. So I almost just let everybody know my weekend last weekend. Um, not last weekend, 2 weekends ago was insane. Almost died twice. Um, so I've got that new perspective in my life, I guess, but I don't. Nothing's really changed in terms of what I think. Um, Almost died, and then some shit happened, and some other shit happened, and then crazy weekend. It's been a build up for a long time. Um, I guess I don't know. I don't even know. I just said that, but just really appreciate everybody. I appreciate being a part of this organization. And if you want to be a part of something different that's changing lives, hit us up. Donate. You know, we need all that shit.